All right, welcome back. Let's turn now to a brief discussion of behavior therapies. Behavior therapies are the modality of therapies that focus on modifying or changing undesirable behaviors. So these therapies have come out from the work of B.F. Skinner. We've spoken about Skinner before, and of the work of Ivan Pavlov, and even the work of John Watson, and many other theorists who have come about over time. So the basic idea is to create a counter-conditioning, meaning a counter-learning to what already may have been established to yield a disordered way of behaving, feeling, or acting. So one example of counter-conditioning is the use of exposure therapy. People who experience tremendous fears or phobias or even obsessive-compulsive disorder are generally avoiding something that causes tremendous anxiety for them. So they may be avoiding a dog because they have a tremendous fear of dogs. And so exposure therapy will essentially expose them to a dog. But it's done in a gradual manner, in a systematic way that is intended to help desensitize the individual. So, for example, in a systematic way, for a person with a fear of dogs, I might first talk to them about a dog in session and gauge their anxiety level out of 100. So how are you feeling now as we talk about dogs? You're at 100? Okay, let's keep talking, and then hopefully the anxiety will come down, which it should, because what they are afraid of happening with the dog won't happen because there's no dogs in the room. And then we'll watch a movie about a dog, and the anxiety might spike again until eventually the anxiety reduces and the person realizes, wow, I'm overestimating the danger here and I'm underestimating my ability to cope with that, and so anxiety goes down. And systematically you get closer and closer until we're ready to be around the dog, and maybe I stand 10 feet away and 5 feet away, and then I pet the dog, and then I hold the dog, and eventually, as you understand, we systematically get closer and closer to that which causes the anxiety. Or in an obsessive-compulsive situation, that which is causing my obsessions, germs, or any other type of obsession. Flooding, we have here, is a version of counter-conditioning where we basically just run right to the finish line. So rather than gradually getting a person to be near a dog, we walk them into a room of dogs, maybe in a kennel, and flood them with the exposure. Not done lightly. It's only usually done in ways where there's a controlled enough environment and there's a sense that the person can manage and handle the flooding. But it is a different type of counter-conditioning. And aversive conditioning is a way of helping people who have an aversion. Let's say a person has a problem with drinking alcohol, and we want to counter-condition them to their addiction to alcohol. I might pair the alcohol with something that causes them to be nauseous, and in making that pairing happen, I am creating a sense that every time they get near the alcohol, they'll get nauseous. So whereas alcohol itself was, let's say, a neutral stimulus, and right, so the alcohol is neutral, and whatever causes the nausea makes them throw up. So let's say it's product X makes them nauseous or throw up. And when I pair these two together, I give them alcohol, then I give them the item that makes them nauseous. I repeat that over and over and over again. Eventually, I just show them the alcohol, and the nausea will be triggered. So at that point in time, the alcohol becomes the conditioned stimulus, the CS, which leads to the conditioned response, the response being nausea. So that's aversive conditioning. Okay. Finally, we have a token economy, which is another treatment modality out of the behavioral school, which is where we utilize a reward system or tokens in order to reward desirable behavior in individuals, and maybe remove those tokens as a punishment to reduce undesired behaviors. So an easy example is a child who we give a gold star to or stickers to for doing their homework or for doing their chores. In a hospital setting, in inpatient settings, this is done when inpatients are given certain freedoms. They're able to walk outside of the hospital for a given amount of time. They're able to go outside for a smoke break. So this is a token that they're given in order to reward desirable behavior, and they lose those privileges when they act out of accordance with what is preferred by either that hospital setting or a parent or whoever is setting up the token economy. In this day and age, we have a lot of gamification that occurs on apps and in games, and very much they're based on these token economies. So you may be able to relate to those examples as well. Well, that about covers it for the behavioral modalities. We're going to turn to a few two others in the next two modules. Okay, we'll pick up there.